Galnet News Digest, 25th of October 3308. We read the news so you don't have to.
In this week's news, broadcast live from HIP 22460, the Federation bans one set of Thargoid lovers and supports another. The Empire continues its isolationist policies, and the three murdered talk show hosts are doing rather well, all things considered.
President Hudson has driven the Far God cult out of the Federation after his Secretary of State said it was more likely than not that the Thargoid worshippers would try to disrupt the Federal Navy's anti-Xeno activities, even though there's no evidence whatsoever that they had any intention of doing so. The Order of the Far God is now an official enemy of the state. Federal hive chapels are empty and their former inhabitants have either fled or awaiting trial with a 10-year jail sentence if they are found guilty of belonging to the newly outlawed organisation.
Meanwhile, a member of the opposition Liberal Party is building a megaship to go and make friends with the Thargoids. The Thargoid Advocacy Project, which is supported by Governor Dalton Chase, plans to communicate with the Thargoids and explain that we mean them no harm, and hopefully, once they understand their silly mistake, the Thargoids will stop attacking us. If the megaship tries to make peace with the Thargoids in HIP 22460, they'd better do it very, very quickly.
Over in the Empire, Emperor Orissa plans a standalone empire without the need for trade or defence ties with the Federation, Alliance or the independent systems outside Imperial borders. She reckons the Empire will be better protected from the Thargoids if it chooses not to work together with the rest of humanity, and isolationist pin-up Hadrian Duval agrees with her. Princess Aisling Duval thinks this Empexit thing is all a bit childish and populist, but who's going to listen to someone who once dated a federal ambassador and who thinks slavery is a bit old-fashioned? Good on you, Empire. We're sure you'll send those Thargoids packing.
We've received news that all three members of the 07 TV crew are safe and well after their ordeal on Thursday. They've all separately reported in as safe, although their whereabouts are currently unclear. The mysterious word left in the studio by their assailant, TFZIRQRL, turns out to be encoded using the Atbash cipher, which uses a reversed alphabet. To decode it, you replace any Z's with A's, Y's with B, and so on. So the message is actually the name of the system Guraggio. If you go to that system with a detailed surface scanner and an SRV, you can uncover a creepy story called The Trial. Starting at planet B2C, there are beacons and surface sites, and if you scan the uplinks you can piece together the story, if you dare. If you get to the end, you might find that you want to jump into a canyon, but don't despair. There might just be a paint pack or two as a reward for uncovering the plot.
And that's this week's Galnet News. Galnet News. We read the news in a war zone, so you don't have to. And it would be really nice if Dalton Chase and his Megaships for Peace movement would hurry up and end the war before we run out of ships.